Nerd Rage Renegades.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Nerd Rage Renegades podcast. We are back. No more C2E2 trilogy. We finished that last week.
Yeah.
So this is back to your regularly scheduled programming.
What a blast it was, though. What a blast.
Oh.
And still in the months to come, we'll be having guests from C2E2 and
Yes.
things like that.
We've already seen some fruits of that labor with now we're getting Boom Comics for the review show.
Yeah. I got a few more of those publishers coming in, so
Yep.
Pretty soon the review show will be boosted up. Probably getting longer and longer.
Yep, we're working on that. For those who may not have realized it, maybe you're just tuning in, used to be we would do reviews at the end of the regular show episode. What we've decided to do, what Chief and I talked about, because reviews are of themselves just a full episode, really, is we have now split the reviews into a sister show called Renegade Reviews. So Renegade Reviews will go live every Thursday on all the, on Podbean, Stitcher, Player FM, iTunes, Google Play, and YouTube. That's where you'll be able to find the reviews.
Yeah. Filling the Void were just this show is on there, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That'll just be this show. Same with Gaming Rebellion. The review shows, however, we got to put this out here. So Chief and I got contacted by this nice lady who's putting together a radio station that they are hoping to be played in comic book stores around the nation, around the U.S. And she contacted us. Well, we were talking about it, and this show really we can't play this in a public area.
Yes. I mean,
I don't want to.
It's a very niche kind of. I mean, like some comic stores probably don't give a fuck. I just said fuck. You can't say fuck in a family store.
Fuck, you
basically
can't say fuck. You cannot say fuck in a fucking family fucking store. Okay, you can't fucking say it. So we can't say that fucking word. We can't say fuck in a fucking family store. All right? There's no fucking way we can say fuck in a fucking family store.
No, you can't, and so we're probably just going to clean up the review show.
Well, the review show we really don't curse that much anyway because we're just talking comics.
Yeah, there's not really curse about it in dealing with comics. We more curse in this show when we're talking about everyday things.
But so if you're in a comic book store sometime in the near future, you may be hearing us with the review show with Renegade Reviews. And we are working on, it's not set in stone yet, it's coming soon. I'm trying to figure out the bugs, but we're trying to also take the show to Twitch. And what that will be is when Chief and I go live to record, like we're doing now, the recording will actually be live on Twitch, which means you'll all be able to go into the Twitch chat, you'll be able to chat with us while we record the show, you'll be able to hear us, you'll be able to add your input into it. There's some bugs, we tested it this weekend, there's some bugs I need to work out. I think I need a faster processor for my computers, that way there's no lag, there's no bugs. So that's an investment that I've got to make, and I'm looking.
There was a little bit of drag in it, man. We were talking, and it was coming out of my phone like a minute and a half later, something like that.
And we don't want you guys in the chat, and then it's like a minute and a half later, you hear our responses. So
yeah, I mean, there's probably going to be some, even with a faster processor, there's going to be a couple seconds. Yeah, but this was seriously 45 seconds.
Yeah.
It was getting long.
So I'm looking at the investment to buy a new computer that'll be faster processor, so we can do that. That will also allow me to get up into the Grand Theft Auto roleplay, which I'm excited for. The character that I have been milling around and thinking about for GTA has been evolving.
You played anyway, though, right? Even when you were running slow, you got in there and played a little.
Yeah, I got in there and played a little bit. I brought Astrid Walker is my character's name, and she's made an appearance on some public servers. Nothing big, nothing that's out there, that I captured streaming wise. But Astrid has appeared on a few public servers. Her character has evolved. I've decided to burn her, make her, and that sounds bad. No,
Phantom of the Opera style.
pretty much. But she's still just this lovable little girl. This well, not a little girl. She's not little. She's like 19, 21 years old. But I've decided to make half of her body like burned. Like she got burned in the fire when she was a kid. There's a whole backstory. It's actually up on the Family RP character backstory forum. It's probably been pushed down. Like that was a while ago. It's probably been pushed down way far in a couple pages. But her backstory's on there. I just really want to get into it. GTA has been phenomenal over the last week or two.
Yeah, they're like one up in it anymore. It's getting crazy. Well, I mean, Milton T. Pike won. If you follow that guy on Twitch, that guy he streams a lot. It seems like he streams a lot more.
He stream this past weekend. He did a 24-hour stream.
Yeah, what I like about Milton is he don't just abandon, like Djibouti's got so many characters they got to jump around. Like Milton's got his core, and he never ditches them for very long. Like we got a ton of building this last week.
Mostly you get building and Kiki Chanel.
Yeah,
are the two you get. He's got Gloria, which pops up every once in a while, and apparently he is going to be joining Classy Packs and Djibouti in Shalom Holmes, and he will be Sheila Kravitz. He's going to be Djibouti's wife Sheila. Which I do want to give this week. I want to give a Twitch a family GTA RP streamer of the week that I want everybody. If you're on Twitch, you've been following Twitch, you watch the GTA, which we highly recommend you do. Go check out the fucking GTA.
Yeah, you watch a lot more different people than I do. I watch mainly just Classy and Milton. I watch
a ton of them because I like to get the full story, you know. But go check out PeachyCoaster. All right, the streamer's name is PeachyCoaster on Twitch. Go check her out. She's playing a character called Tammy Smith. You can catch her in the Shalom Holmes stream. She was in the Building stream, the 24-hour Building stream. But watch her with Shalom Holmes with Classy Packs because it is freaking hilarious.
I've got to catch up on that. I've missed like one and a half of those. I got to finish one and then watch another one.
And what you got to do with that one is when Djibouti gets done, Classy will still keep going. So Djibouti finishes, then you got to switch over to Classy. And
I got to see on Bill's stream too the one they did with David because they were still in prison for another hour after after he left.
Yeah, old Dong Man's on the server now.
It stole a cop car. His first night in. First night in, he steals a cop car with Bill Ding in the backseat.
But definitely
that was my favorite part, by the way, of that one when Bill was laughing and saying, "Go, Bob, go."
My favorite is when they went to put him on the prison transport bus, and the bus glitched, and Bayo took Pentahurst out of the bus. So Bill got in the bus driver's seat and stole the bus and started doing the bus tour and Chang's like, I can't get out. It's bugged. I can't get out of the bus. And then all they did was give Chang 18 months in prison, which is 18 months.
Really?
He didn't do Chang didn't do anything. But
they put him on. They made him get on the bus, and he just sat there.
Bill got like 63 months in prison, and Damon got like 68 months. Oh
man, yeah. They thought they were going to get the perma kill.
Yeah, like the life in prison, you know. Which some people have gotten that, and they still found ways to like break out of prison and stuff like that. But definitely, we say it all the time. If you are if you are bored with what's on TV these days, like TV shows these days bore you, they're cookie cutter, there's just nothing on. You're tired of keeping up with the Kardashians. You know, go to Twitch. Go to Twitch. If you have a PS4, an Xbox One, you can download Twitch. A Roku Fire Stick.
Amazon Fire Stick, yeah, it works.
Download.
I don't know. Roku might not. Roku. I don't have a Roku. I used to have a Roku, and it was never on there before. Do they?
I don't know. Maybe Roku. Maybe on Roku.
But Amazon. Well, we watched it in our hotel room in Chicago on Amazon Prime, so we know we're on the Fire Stick.
So if you got Amazon Prime. Get Twitch, the Twitch app. Twitch is free. You don't have to do anything. Just create a login and sign in, and then you can start following your favorite streamers on there. The Djibouti Show, Classy Packs, Milton T. Pike, Disby Erics are some of the great ones on there for GTA roleplay. And now PeachyCoaster definitely. 50 Antho, who is Andrew the big old
Dazzler's good too. He's funny.
Thaddeus is Dazzler. Penahurst, Silent Sentry, Selvig, Sab. All these characters, they are fantastic. Screaming Norman, who is Mike Lemonade. Follow all.
It's starting to be like a cast of characters in this world. You're starting to know like who everybody is when they show up, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
if you get like you get in on it, like we've been watching it since like Joe Mullet.
Yeah, since who's coming back? He said he's bringing back Joe Mullet.
About time. I'll tell you, like I'd say a good portion of what made Joe Mullet funny to me was the character model, the way it looked, and just the belligerent attitude coming out of this dirtbag.
Can you imagine
and it made me laugh.
Can you imagine now with all the customizations they're able to do on the family server?
Oh yeah.
What they could do with Joe Mullet with just all.
Joe Mullet is just the biggest asshole in the world, and I love that character. I'd never watched. I'd seen like that. They had that Mrs. Thornhill video up forever, and I'd mainly just watched their dubs and like movie dubs and stuff before that. And I saw that Joe Mullet thing one day, and I was like, "What? I don't even know what the hell it is." And so I clicked on it and watched it, and it instantly hooked on GTA RP from that.
I'm at work. Okay, I am at work, and I get a message on my phone, and it's Chief, and he's like, "You gotta watch this now. You gotta watch it now." So I watch it, and I'm like, hooked, fucking hooked. So for a while, I just watched the YouTube stuff, But then realizing the full VODs, the full video on demands are on Twitch, I got a Twitch account. I think I told you about it. You got a Twitch account, and we just started watching it and laughing and dying laughing. And the good thing about it is with Twitch, like if it gets to a slow period, because sometimes there are slow periods, where nothing's going on. You can fast forward through all of that and get to the role play. Like I have to do that sometimes with Classy. You got to fast forward.
Yeah, I'll do a lot of sub roll things, like people that subscribe.
Yeah.
I go, and every once in a while, I let it roll most of the time. Listen, because I'm a subscriber to Djibouti.
Same here.
And so I'll just let it play, whatever. I don't know. But if I just want to get right to, if it's already played, if I'm like watching it on the archive, whatever, I'll fast forward through a lot of that shit at the beginning. Like sometimes up to 10 minutes, but they got fast forward like 128 times the speed.
500,
and just zip right through.
525 times the speed, I think, is like the max, like or 600 something. And I do that a lot. Like especially like Milton sometimes will have like 10 minutes before he actually starts his stream.
Yeah, it'll put a clock up sometimes. If it's like going to be like 2 minutes, there'll be a clock. But other times,
so you can fast forward those 2 minutes, get right to it. But the GTA role player of the week, I'm putting it as PeachyCoaster. Tammy Smith is killing it. She's new to GTA. She did a lot of Ark stuff. She did like a lot of playing Ark, so she's kind of new to the GTA. But man, she's killing it with that character. That character, she's tall, statuesque Amazon, and Bunny. Bunny likes it, Chief.
Actually, and really for anybody who likes gameplay shit, I mean, Twitch is where it's at, really.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a lot of game streamers. I mean, if you don't know about, I don't know how many people that listen to us know about Twitch. I assume a good many do, because they're into the same kind of shit that we're into, I guess. But I mean, if you don't know about it, it's a cool, fun thing to watch that they're shit on TV. But it is becoming its own world and its own environment, like almost like a second life on the internet of like a whole bunch of different people that have created a mini.
It's a world. It's
like
a whole
macroverse of this inside the computer.
Yeah, it's a whole world, man.
And it's crazy. It's just filled with like this cast of characters, and they're all like, and the family is pretty selective by who they get on their servers. So like if you're watching like Djibouti or like when they're playing, that's like the best pretty much players of GTA RP that there are.
Yeah.
That are everybody's comedians and actors or whatever. They are real professional cops that really play cops.
Yeah.
So it's pretty authentic life, but with just insanity going on.
It's so good. Of course, probably what every podcast is talking about this week's moving on from GTA. What every podcast is probably talking about this week is Avengers: Infinity War.
Yeah, probably gonna go see it tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I have not seen it yet. I'm going to see it. If you listen to the show at any amount of time, you know that we're never there opening night because
No.
we'll end up killing somebody. We'll punch somebody in the face, And,
I can't stand to sit in. I mean, that's my weird thing, I guess, but I just can't stand sitting in a crowded theater of people.
either.
Like, I feel like I'm just closed in and have to like sit uncomfortably the whole time. And
Yeah.
I'm a big dude. I can't. I'm 6'2", and it's hard to. It's already uncomfortable to like sit there. I'm pretty tall, and in the way, I'm just length, arms and legs everywhere. So it's kind of hard to the little movie theater. Well, at least here, and then you get a crowd of people around me. It just feels that much smaller, and I feel like I'm that much more cramped in. Where I got to keep my elbows in and everything.
Yeah.
I hate it. And then people talking over the movie. It's like I paid movie tickets like $15 now or something for 3D. I don't even know. I haven't been into a theater in so long. And when I usually go, it's somebody gives me like a movie pass to go. I don't even know how much it costs. It's a pain in the ass most of the time.
We'll end up seeing it. This is when I do plan on going to the theaters to see. Probably take the boy maybe next weekend. We'll see. But movie I did watch, and I've been excited to talk about this for the last couple of weeks because the last couple of weeks have been the interview shows. I'm excited to talk about this. If you remember, Chief, I know you remember. It's so hard to tell how many episodes ago it was because we're on the countdown. We're on the fucking countdown to 200 right now.
Yeah, we're pretty close. What are we, like 180?
It's like 187 right now. This is like episode 187, 186, something like that. But a few episodes ago, basically when it came out on Netflix, that we did an episode where I talked about the Death Note live action film on Netflix. And how much I fucking detested that piece of shit. How it was nothing like Death Note. It was a garbage fucking.
That's
movie.
what almost everybody that I know that likes Death. Everybody at the con said the same thing. Everybody that we've talked to on the show or anybody on Twitter, almost everybody I've ever seen that's seen it says it blows because of that very reason.
So recently it was released. Funimation released it here in the United States. It was out in Japan for a little bit. But they did a live-action movie of Tokyo Ghoul.
Oh yeah, that's right. You've been waiting to watch that. You had that since the con.
Yeah. I don't know if you know much about Tokyo Ghoul, Chief. If you know what it's about.
No, you told me little bits about it. I just know you really want that mask.
I do want the mask. Oh God, I want Kaneki's mask so fucking bad.
We saw one too at the thing. And
the thing is, I got a big neck. I have like a thick neck. Those are made for like skinny necks. I don't have I'm as classy Freddie Blassie would say. I'm not a pencil neck geek. I'm a thick neck geek.
Your wife knows her way around fabricating things.
That is true. So the premise of Tokyo Ghoul, for those of you who may not be in the know, and I'll explain it to Chief as well, is it's an alternate world where there are two types of people. There are humans, and then there are ghouls. All right, ghouls look like humans, but they cannot sustain themselves on human food. They have to. The only way they can sustain themselves is on human flesh and blood. Okay, so
it's like the Santa Clarita Diet.
Oh no, Santa Clarita Diet is so different, and I love Santa Clarita Diet. Have you started that shit yet?
No, not yet. Just my wife's about killing me to see it.
It's so good. You gotta watch.
There's just so much shit I gotta watch all the time, and I gotta read comics.
I know you gotta watch.
It's balance. It's balance.
All right, so you got the ghouls and you got the humans, and the humans, because the ghouls have to sustain themselves on human flesh. Most ghouls just kill. They kill innocent humans to feed because they have to survive. So the humans, of course, have set up this whole police task force to eradicate the ghouls, and the story centers around Ken Kaneki, who is a normal human who goes out with this girl who turns out to be a ghoul. And she bites him and all that other stuff, but she ends up getting killed. He ends up getting critically injured by falling beams at a construction site. So the doctor who Kaneki gets taken to when he's in critical condition, does an organ transplant where he transplants the ghoul Reese's organs into him, which turns him into a half ghoul. He's half human, half ghoul. And he loses his ability to eat human food. It makes him physically sick, so he has to now eat flesh. So it's also that kind of story of him battling what world does he live in? You know, what world is he a part of, the human world or the ghoul world? Okay, and then he meets other characters. He meets ghouls that don't kill. They get their flesh through other means, more means that don't cause them to kill people. And it goes on like that. All ghouls have special powers. This thing called a shit. I just had it in the tip of my head, and I started talking real fast, and it. Kagune. They have a Kagune, which is their weapon that's erupts from. Remember at the con we saw all the people with like tentacles coming out of their back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a Kagune. That's the Kagune. And then
I saw a little kid walking around like one of those.
So then the humans can, if they kill a ghoul, they can steal the Kagune and turn it into what they call a Quinque. They can use it as a weapon against the ghouls. Very intricate. So the anime is fantastic. It's bloody, it's gory. I fucking love it.
Most of those anime stories are pretty intricate, man, and like weird.
Oh yeah. So they did the live action, and based off of Death Note, I was skeptical. Now this is Japanese. This isn't an American remake. This is Japanese. And I mean, even so, with like the Attack on Titan animes, they changed some stuff because it was all set in Japan, where in Attack on Titan, it's there, and I don't think people understand. They may not understand this because it's an anime. Attack on Titan takes more play. The atmosphere is more like German than it is Japanese. In fact, Mikasa is like the only true Japanese character in Attack on Titan. Everybody else is of that German, Danish kind of descent. But Attack. I'm talking all these animes. So Tokyo Ghoul,
it's kind of what the creator of the Ghost in the Shell said, that the character in the way he envisioned the character is that the character wasn't Japanese to begin with, and like that's
kind of androgynous. Yeah.
They kind of like there's a lot of that in Japan. Japan doesn't just necessarily have Japanese characters in their stuff.
And the influences come from all over, but I think it's just that new modern day thing. Oh, it's an anime. Everybody has to be Japanese. No.
Yeah, that's I don't understand that. But, I don't think that's what I don't think the creators of the anime intended for everybody to be Japanese in them.
Right. So, but Tokyo Ghoul, of course, is by its name, Tokyo Ghoul. It takes place in Tokyo. It's a Japanese characters. So the live action movie, I will say this, I was blown away. I was absolutely blown away. Because other than cutting out the binge eater, or no, not the binge eater, the gourmet ghoul, which had a small arc in the first part of Tokyo Ghoul, they cut that part out. But other than that, it followed the anime, in my opinion, very closely and almost to a T in some parts.
Who made that? That wasn't like, it's not a Netflix thing, is it?
No. This was an actual Japanese company that made it.
Well, no wonder, because all foreign films and independent movies are just better than anything Hollywood's gonna make, or Netflix. That's just the way it is.
I love the way it was shot. I love the costumes. I love the acting. The acting was amazing from the Japanese cast. The special effects were really good in my opinion. I mean, they look, and you know when you watch like a Japanese film, sometimes the special like Godzilla. Like a Japanese Godzilla movie, the special effects look a little bit different than like an American movie. It's just different technologies, the way they do things. But with this one, I really enjoyed it. I thought the Kagenes looked fantastic. The characters were really well done, and what I really enjoyed was on the English dub, because if you buy the Blu-ray, you get the DVD, the Blu-ray, and you get the ultraviolet digital copy. And the digital copy gives you both the American dub and the Japanese original movie. So you get two movies actually in the for the Blu-ray for the ultraviolet. So I watched the American dub, and I'm trying to figure out if it's true, but to me, having watched the anime, it sounds like Funimation who does the dubs. Funimation does the dubs for these movies.
So they use their cartoon voiceover characters?
That's what it really. To me, listening to them, it sounded like they got the anime American voice actors to come in and dub the live action movie. And for me,
that's what definitely add authenticity to it than because I hate sometimes the big actor isn't the best person for the job.
Right.
And I hate it when they take like something that like at the and put like take a story and animate it and put like a huge name star on it because they're not necessarily that good at voiceover.
Right.
You just hear their voice coming out. I mean, you got voiceover. I'd rather hear like Mark Hamill is kind of walks that line.
He walks that line. But so perfect example like Beauty and the Beast. All right, Disney's Beauty and the Beast, the biggest animated movie of all time. Right, nominated for Academy Award for Best Picture. Right.
Yeah.
The main characters in that, Belle and Beast, were Robbie Benson and Paige O'Hara. I mean, and they've done a lot of stuff, but
Robbie Benson's an obscure name to throw back from the past. I remember my sister he was like a teen idol when he was young, and my sister had like pictures of him and shit.
Yeah. But then you take a look at like Pocahontas, and John Smith is Mel Gibson. Like listening to that's Mel Gibson.
Yeah, you can definitely tell. See, well, yeah, Robbie Benson can because he hadn't actually been on screen in like probably 15 years when he did that. Yeah. So I mean, people kind of forgotten him and forgotten who Robbie Benson was. They just heard the voice of the whatever.
I mean, really, in that movie, the only big name that you could really think of is Angela Lansbury.
Well, yeah, and she's got a distinctive voice. Let's be the same if you put Sean Connery on the voice of something. You'd know Sean Connery immediately.
But David Ogden Stiers was in that movie. Jerry Orbach, who went on to Law and Order, was in that. He was Lumiere. Yeah, those names, until later on or even something else, they're not like Mel Gibson or this Disney movie has frickin' Meryl Streep or whatever. You hear those distinct voices, like Jack Nicholson. If you watch an animated cartoon and it's Jack Nicholson voicing a character, it's Jack Nicholson. Perfect example, Dom DeLuise, who did like every animated movie on the Sun.
And Dom DeLuise's voiceover is
it's the same every time.
It's so popular too that other voiceover actors do a Dom DeLuise impression when they do like a dog voice or something. Yeah, people do impressions of Dom DeLuise's voiceover.
Yeah. So I think getting the American voice acting cast for Tokyo Ghoul to do the live action dub brought authenticity, and it made you feel like this was Tokyo Ghoul. Because it's if you've watched it before, it's the voices you knew. It was the voices you associate with the characters.
Well, how would you find out? You'd think that would be like on the.
It's funny. I looked on. Well, they weren't in the credits because that's the Japanese because it's all the Japanese cast. And when you look on IMDb, it's just the Japanese cast. It's hard to find the dubbed cast. I'll probably find it here soon, but I haven't. At the time of this recording, I haven't found it. But listening to the characters, I was watching it. I'm listening to the characters. And I'm like, that's them. That is actually them. That's why it feels so. That's why it feels so familiar. Is because
that's a good strategy to use if you're going to do a movie like that. That's perfect. The perfect thing to do to capture the American audience for the movie. Use the actors that they know, the voice actors that they've heard with your new film, and that makes a lot of sense to do it that way, and it gives it authenticity with the people that watch it in English.
Yeah, there were some really good fight scenes. The movie covers the first arc of the anime. It covers the first couple episodes of the anime. So hopefully this leads to sequels that cover the next kind of parts of the anime. Because I think this cast and the director of it and everything just did a fantastic job. So I would highly recommend if you got like a streaming service, Prime or Vudu or something like that, go get Tokyo Ghoul. If you're into anime, if you're into those Japanese movies, really, really good. I still have more Japanese films I have to get to. I was going to watch them the other night, and I ended up watching Twitch because I saw Milton was on. I'm like, I got to watch Milton. I got to see what building.
Oh, it was worth it too. It was a good one.
Really worth it. But I do have the the Japanese. From Troma when we were at the con, I bought this 2-volume set called From Asia with Lust, and they're Japanese horror movies. They're like torture revenge movies. I'm thinking along the lines of, say, I Spit on Your Grave. Those type of films.
That's what they sound like to me.
It's what they sound like. There's 4 of them I gotta watch, and they sound. I love the way Troma promotes them on the box, because it's like one of them it says, "Give me an anatomically correct doll, and I'll show you where these movies touched me." And then another one has like, "These movies make Last House on the Left look like, a kid's movie."
Great.
And if anything says this makes Last House on the Left look like a kid's movie, I'm like, I'm there.
Makes it look like Mac and Me.
It makes it look like Phineas and Ferb, So I gotta watch those. And what's funny is all four of them seem to star the same woman who is a Japanese porn star. All 4 of them seem to star the same actress, so I'm excited. After we do this show tonight and the recording we're doing tonight, I've got to do some work for my day job before tomorrow. So I'm probably gonna stay up. I'll probably have 2 computers going, my work computer and then my personal, watching those movies. Great thing to go to bed to and to work to. Can't work.
We'll get a full report on the show next week.
Next week, yeah, you'll get a full report.
Now I'm legitimately curious to know what they're about and what's going on. You gotta let me know what's going on with us.
Oh, I will. Like, I'll be on Messenger with you going, "Oh my God, this just happened."
Oh, I know. I'm gonna get the whole thing.
You're gonna get the rundown. So, once again, highly recommend Tokyo Ghoul. Go check that out. Great. I also recommend, if you're a gamer, get God of War. God of War came out the other week.
Yeah, it's all the rage, man. That's all I'm reading. Like on Twitter, everybody's God of Warring it up.
I am telling you, this game... So, I am a huge fan of
that, like, serpent thing looks cool as shit, man.
Oh, the world serpent?
Yeah, I saw the trailer for the game. It looks fucking badass.
So... I'm a huge God of War fan. I've said that multiple times on the show. I'm a huge God of War fan. I love the mythology of that they create this story, but it's in the world of these mythologies that we know, Greek mythology and all that. And this one is Norse mythology, and I know that's right up your alley because you love Norse mythology. So
it's not PlayStation exclusive, is it?
It's PlayStation exclusive.
It is. See, that's why I haven't played any God of War game.
Come on, get in the game, Chief. Get in the game, PlayStation. Get off the Xbox.
I would. I like Xbox, but I mean, I've got
PlayStation will let you watch Classy Packs.
That's true. Well, I don't know. I think there might be something wrong with my Xbox anyway. I have to get it fixed because it's been doing other funny shit lately.
So this game takes place before the age of the Vikings. This is before the Viking age, when the gods still roam the world, the Norse world. Yeah. Kratos is there with his wife. His wife dies, and now he's got to take care of his kid, Atreus.
I see, like in the trailer, there's like they cut like a rift in to a different dimension, and they like go through it.
You're able to use the Bifrost. You're able to use the Bifrost in the game to go to the different realms. Like you go to Elfheim, you'll go to Muspelheim.
And he's got his son with him, like in the trailer, it shows him with a kid, and he's like taking his kid around with him.
And the son is like a computer. He's an AI controlled character, but you can give him like commands, like the square button.
Oh, okay.
That tells him to shoot his arrows at like an enemy and stuff like that, and he gets different skills that he can help out use during combat. You can do. Yeah. But I mean, there's giant statues all over the place of like Thor and Tyr. Baldur's in the game. Freya is in the game. All these different gods and everything, and the dwarves that you find, the dwarves, you find the dwarves early, and they help you augment your gear and your armor, and you can sell stuff to them. They're like your merchants. And the dwarves are Brock and Sindir, who in Norse mythologies were the dwarves that crafted Mjolnir. In Norse mythology, Loki had bet them that they could not create things better than these other dwarves, and they did. And one of them was Mjolnir, which Loki ended up giving to Thor. So these dwarves are in the game. There's dragons. The world is like open world. It's not open world. I mean, there's linear. You have to go here, there, and everywhere, but you can kind of traverse the map as you will.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of rowing in the game. There's different islands to go to.
Oh, it looks cool as hell in the commercial because he shows him like standing there, and then this like thing opens and it's just a big eye in front of him, like he's like just tiny, and there's like this just colossal beast of some kind.
Oh yeah, it's the World Serpent, and he plays. He's real early in the game. The World Serpent is really early in the game, and you don't fight the World Serpent. He actually raises out of the water to lower the water so you can get to different areas. Because he's so big, his mass is so massive. When he's in the water, volume and all that, science. So he raises up, but you still, whenever you're in that one area, you just see his body, and it's curled over mountains and stuff like that because he's just so huge.
Yeah.
And there's ogres cool. and revenants and draugrs and all these like things from Norse mythology, and it's funny because the elves are like there's dark elves and there's the light elves. I mean everything.
I've got to find a PS4 like on sale, like a refurbished one. Next time I see one, I'll pick one up because you're
gonna need that, and you're gonna need to get it for the Spider-Man game.
Yeah, that's the other thing too, is that Spider-Man game is a PlayStation exclusive. That makes me mad.
And if you pre-order it, they've already released the two different suits you'll get if you pre-order the game. You're gonna get 3 exclusive suits.
See, I'm hoping you can change to like a traditional. Because I think the game looks cool, but I'm not quite sold on that costume for the game.
There's going to be different costumes. Like I said,
I hope so. Yeah, I want the black one or like the old like school.
Well,
there's
red and
2.
Blue. There's 2 so far that they've announced that are going to be that are pre-order exclusives. One is the punk Spider-Man look from Spider-Verse. With the sleeveless denim jacket, the spikes on his head, the sneakers.
Yeah.
You get that, and then you get Tom Holland's Iron Spider suit from Infinity War.
Yeah.
And then in July, they will release the final one. Now, I really want Superior Spider-Man suit.
Oh, that would be cool. That's one I would also find exciting. That one, the black one, black symbiote, or the traditional red and blue.
I wouldn't mind Noir either. Spider-Man Noir.
McFarlane style Spider-Man.
Get the bombastic Bagman.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
the shoeless Spider-Man in a Fantastic Four suit with a paper bag on his head.
Yeah.
The bombastic Bagman. But yeah, you got to get that. I pre-ordered it. I am down. I am ready. With God of War, the only thing I've been having a hard time getting to is in the original God of Wars, it was just like X or something that you would use to attack,
Yeah.
Button mash. This one they have moved it to the 2 right trigger buttons.
I hate that. Resident Evil did a kind of switcheroo on some of the games too, with their control settings were set up, and I don't know.
And see, like if you're playing like Resident Evil and you have like a gun, like the trigger buttons don't bother me as much as if it's a gun,
Yeah, well, Resident Evil 6 was like Resident Evil 6 was different than all the other games.
Like 7 was fine. I had no
7 was
problem with
awesome.
7.
Really. 7 was kind of, even though you didn't have weapons, it was still cool because it played into the game, like how it worked.
But with God of War, like with the axe, because like for the PlayStation, it's only on PlayStation. Like a light attack is like R1 and strong attack is R2. I'm so used to a God of War game where I'm button mashing, to do the combos and stuff. That it's because I got to use. It's mostly the trigger buttons that I got to use. So it's like it's like I'm eating, crabbing this thing.
That's kind of why I've had to play Injustice too, with the Xbox controller, because you got to use like the buttons and the triggers for different things and the buttons. So
see, it was so much easier. It was so much easier when all I had was my Super Nintendo controller here, and I had two buttons.
I had a blast in Chicago playing Punch-Out in the hotel room for the first time.
That was so much fun.
And we played Mario a little bit too, Mario 3, I think.
Yeah, I need to get a second controller for the NES Mini because we were playing Mario, but I kept having to. After my level was done and it was Chief's level, I had to take out the controller, put it in the plug, and then when he would get done, I'd have to take it back out and put it back in. I got to get a second controller for that.
Yeah, but it was fun because I haven't played. Man, I seriously haven't played those games in probably 25 years. And that was the first time I played, and I could not believe how quick, how quick Punch Out came back to me after playing it. After not playing it for like 25 years, it took me a couple minutes, but then I was able to knock some shit out.
It's like riding a bike. You never forget. It's like riding a bike. You know.
It's like I don't know, muscle memory from 25 years ago. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You remember how to do the dodging and the punches and everything.
It's like going back playing like Mortal Kombat. You remember the moves. You remember how to do Scorpion Spear or the Ice Ball for Sub-Zero, you know?
I think I could kick some ass with Smoke if I went back and played Smoke again.
No, if you're Smoke, I'm Striker, and I'll just keep spamming him shooting his gun on you every single time. You know, that move, when they put that move in the game, everybody got pissed off. Everybody got pissed off because that's all I needed to do. They're like, you're cheating. It's like, it's in the game. If it's in the game, it's not cheating. You know, they made the move.
It's not cheating, but it's cheap. It's a cheap move.
It's cheap as hell. So, man, so it's been a good. Gaming's been awesome. Also, so the other week, PlayStation had this Black Friday in April, where they were taking 50% off all the games, well, not all the games, but certain games.
Yeah, I think I heard about that. I remember hearing somebody said something about that.
So I got 2 games off that day. I got The Last of Us Remastered. Now everybody claims The Last of Us is the greatest game ever, and if you say, I've seen it online, if you say anything bad about this game,
I've seen a lot of people say that's shit.
You get lambasted. So you get fucking blasted. So I bought it. I haven't played it yet. I have no opinions on it. So I'm going to play it. But the other one I got, which is a game I had on PS3, and I liked it on PS3, but it was still a little glitchy. I got Alien Isolation. The one where you're Amanda Ripley.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like, instead of fighting the alien, you're trying to hide from the alien.
No, that one I've heard differing opinions on. Some people tell me it's absolute shit. And some people really like it, so I don't know.
It's not a bad game. It's a lot better than Colonial Marines when that one came out. Now, I played Colonial Marines. Now, I didn't mind it too much. I was having fun with it. I think a lot of people had a problem with the multiplayer. The multiplayer was shit, but I'm not a multiplayer guy. I don't get on there and play with little girls from Britain, you know?
Yeah, I'm not into that either.
I don't need to be cursed out by some 12-year-old.
I played without a headset. I played fight game. I played Injustice online against people, but there was no talking. I didn't say anything. I didn't have a headset or anything, and I didn't have my mic or anything on, so I was just fighting them as they come up. But so I didn't know who they were. They could have been 5. They could have been 45. I didn't know. I have any idea.
How many of them did you kick their ass?
I got slaughtered, man. It was probably people that just knew the game inside. That's when I first got it. The first Injustice, when I first got it, I went online to play against people. And, man, I just got my ass handed to me. And it wasn't even funny. I got it after it had been out a couple of weeks or something. People had already been playing it pretty regularly. And I just jumped in playing online and just got slaughtered. But I'm not bad at it. I'm getting better. I've got my Atrocitus in Injustice 2. I've got him leveled up pretty high. I'm at level 10 now in the multiverse, but I'm working on it. But I just got the game, so.
Yeah, I'm like we've talked about it. I'm good with Red Hood, Hellboy, and Harley Quinn. Those are the 3 I'm good with.
Yeah, I like a few of them, but Atrocitus is my favorite. I've always loved Atrocitus, the character. And I found out that I just happen to have a knack for all of his moves pretty well, so I just.
And you haven't gotten any of the DLC yet, right? So to get Hellboy or Red Hood or any of those characters.
No, I haven't. No. I don't even know how much you got to pay for those characters. I haven't even looked at it.
I don't know how Xbox does it, but I know PlayStation. You can either buy it's $20 for the full bundle of characters that come out, or you could pay I think it's $10 for individual character. So you could buy Hellboy on its own, or maybe it was $5. It was $5
I
or
hope
$10.
It's cheaper than. I was hoping it'd be if it was 20 for all of it.
It's something. Well, they give you a discount if you buy all of them at once.
See, I would do that. I would get them all at once because I kind of like to have Darkseid. Darkseid's cool. I don't have him. I don't have the turtle. I fought some of them. You go to Multiverse, they'll put them against you.
Yeah.
I fought the turtles and stuff, and I've got Atrocitus. I've got Hellboy Assist. Like when I fight, like I could do if I do a certain move, like Hellboy runs out with his gun and shoots the guy. So I've got like the Atrocitus has got Hellboy assist, and I fought the turtles and they just like wiped the floor with me. Like I went into one of the worlds that like higher, like more advanced fighters than me. In. Yeah, it said warning. It gave you like this.
You had no business being.
Yeah, you got no business being on this planet at all. So I did it anyway, and I got wiped up by the turtles like quick. But that's what I tried.
And you're switching your gears and everything, right? Every time you get new gear for your character and stuff, you're switching it, making sure it's you're leveling, you're getting your strength up and everything.
Yeah, I've done that. I haven't done it recently, but I need to. But I have up until like the last few worlds I've been to. I haven't really been fucking with it. Just because I've just been going, I've been playing it off and on, so I just haven't fucked with my settings very much.
What sucks is they constantly give me gear for characters I never play.
Yeah, I've got a ton of, but I've got a lot of Atrocitus stuff I do need. Like I think he's got like a crown or something that you can put on him. And
like I said, my main characters are Hellboy, Harley, and Red Hood. But it's always like, hey, here's some Superman stuff, or here's some Cheetah.
Yeah,
here's some stuff for your Cheetah. I'm like, I don't play as fucking Cheetah. Or I've got shit ton of stuff for Grodd, and I'm like, I never played as Grodd.
I've just been racking up the rewards, like beating planets and racking up rewards, and I haven't really leveled up in a little while. But I did it. Started initially, I had like to a certain point. I just haven't done it lately.
There was one I did, because they changed the planets every like couple hours or something like that.
Yeah, they go away. Like they're only on like for 24 hours or something.
Yeah, I did one time where like it was like the penguins like flying exploding penguins in the level, and they would just like bombard you with exploding penguins, and you had to try to beat the other guy with this. And they also have those, like in this fight, hit like 3 uppercuts or do 3 3 like juggle attacks or something like that. And you'll get like a mother box to unlock and stuff like that. It's a good game though.
Yeah, I like Swamp Thing too. Swamp Thing's pretty badass. Like I like the big brute characters.
I like him in the story mode. He's pretty funny in the story mode. Swamp Thing is.
Yeah, with the Harley Quinn and in the.
I love Tara Strong. I love Harley in Injustice too. I love the way she acts. I love Tara Strong's voice for her.
One of the things I really like about it is like all the different. They've got like every costume you can imagine for all of them. They pop up in different incarnations. Like it really is like multiversal.
Yeah, I love that. Like you never know. Like when you're in the multiverse, you never know which character with which what their outfit's going to look like.
Yeah, you can get like Red Lantern and Harley Quinn might show up. You don't know. It could be anything.
Yeah, it could be anything. Great game. I mean, there's just been the last week. There's been so much going on. Sonic the Hedgehog came back from IDW. I talked about that a few weeks ago on the review show. I got to pick up the other issues of that. It's just been a great. We've been kind of, because of the last couple episodes being real easy to do. Just pop in the interviews and everything like that.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of us talking. There was mostly footage from the con.
We've been doing a lot of relaxing. It felt good. It felt good to relax for a little bit. We've been going. We were.
Well, we needed a lot of recovery time from that con because we were like really busting ass to like network at that thing.
Sleep was off. Instagram. I've been popping Instagram up like fucking crazy. Putting up the cosplay pictures and show stuff, and we'll be putting like comics on there and things like that. Definitely, I learned how to do the Instagram, so I've learned about hashtags. It's all about the hashtags. You gotta put hashtags. You gotta
know about that.
You gotta know. It's like you gotta put like 40 hashtags in a picture.
I'm surprised a little kid didn't like tell you or something.
Well, okay, so here's what's funny. So I finally learned how to do the Snap, or not the Instagram, and then my coworker at work, she's like, "You got to get Snapchat." I'm like, "I just learned the fucking Instagram. Now you want me to learn the Snapchat? I don't even know. Isn't the Snapchat where people send nude photos to each other? I mean, I don't know what the Snapchat is.
I don't think I even have a Snapchat account. I've got an Instagram.
I don't know how to do the Snappity chat. I don't know.
Yeah, I've got no idea about that. Panda probably knows. You could probably ask Panda.
I'll probably ask Panda. Facebook is now for us old folks.
Yeah.
And like Instagram and Snapchat are for the young hip folks.
Yeah. Well, Panda's like usually cutting edge on shit like that, like new apps and stuff. So ask her; she probably knows how to do it.
One last thing I will talk about, Chief. You'll find this interesting. This last Friday, this is actually a wrestling topic. The WWE held a 5-hour event in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia.
Really?
Yeah.
They broadcast it out?
Yeah, it was on the WWE network. It started at 12. It started at noon, last Friday, and it was called the Greatest Royal Rumble. All right, it's called the Greatest Royal Rumble.
I was wondering, they showed was Undertaker there?
Yeah, he fought Rusev in a casket match.
There was I saw pictures on Twitter of what looked as like the Undertaker, and there was a guy like in like the full like chic, traditional outfit
behind him,
and like some kids like I was like, where is this at? I was like, is this in another country? I saw a few of them, and I was like, wow, what is going on here?
Jeddah, Saudi Arabia was at the King Abdullah Sports City complex, and it was a 5-hour event headlined by the biggest Royal Rumble they ever had, a 50-man Royal Rumble, 50 participants. The matches you had on the card, you had Triple H versus John Cena. You know, our friend.
Once in a lifetime shit, because they probably not going to get over there too often. So
we know John Cena vicariously through John Kroll.
Yeah,
we don't know.
Still haven't secured him to. He hasn't even tweeted me back. I think he might have liked the tweet that John tweeted about me once.
Yeah. So John Cena versus Triple H. You had Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt versus Sheamus and Cesaro. The Usos versus the Bludgeon Brothers. Now this is all for championships. These are not Triple H and John Cena, not Undertaker and Rusev, but almost every male championship was on the line. No women wrestled on this card because Saudi Arabia still, culture-wise.
I don't. That kind of surprised me that they would even go do that, because of that.
It's part of a deal to bring more entertainment to Saudi Arabia. So the WWE did this headline once again by the 50-man Royal Rumble with people that came back, like Rey Mysterio showed up for the Royal Rumble. Hornswoggle showed up for the Royal Rumble.
Really?
Yeah. The
guy that was Leprechaun from the last movie?
Yeah, Hornswoggle was there. Showed up. The Great Khali wrestled. You may know, if you're not a wrestling fan, if you ever watched The Longest Yard with Adam Sandler. Khali was the gigantic guy in that movie.
Yeah. They didn't bring the Iron Sheik out of retirement to go over?
No, Iron Sheik wasn't there. It was won by. It was. If you haven't watched it yet, this is a spoiler. It was won by Braun Strowman, the monster among men. He won a gigantic fucking trophy and a championship belt in that match. 5 hours long, but the matches were actually really good. I thought the matches were really good. But the WWE is really ramping things up with talent and showcasing new stuff out there.
Iron Sheik was like the Iranian Olympic competitor, wasn't he? Back before he got into professional wrestling.
Yep. I think he knew Saddam Hussein too.
Did he win gold? Was he a gold medal winner for wrestling?
Something like that, or he won something. Of course, he's a former WWE champion. He won it from the Mr. Bob Backlund before he was defeated by the Hulk Hogan.
That guy's really entertaining to listen to watch his tweets on Twitter.
But no, it was a pretty interesting event. It was a pretty and of course, Chief.
That's got to be like I said, once in a lifetime kind of thing for them to do that. That's a lot of big time stuff. Well, because they've probably never been there before.
I think they were there for like it was like smaller shows, nothing like big like this, where it was like this huge 5-hour event.
There's a lot of money in Saudi Arabia, though, man. They probably told Vince, "Hey, give us everything you got for $10 billion."
It's like I watched it and I saw the chairs that they were the people in the front row were sitting in. Now you think when you go to a show here, they're usually padded folding chairs that you sit in. If you're front row and all that, you have the padded folding chairs. You're not in the upper levels, of course, are in the stadium seats.
Yeah.
These ones had they were like seats you would find in like a doctor's office. They were like leather, like real nice, like the round cushiony. And
Yeah,
that's
they're
what all
doing
they
up
were
over
sitting
there,
in.
man.
They were all sitting in these nice cushy chairs. I think the only thing I was like, I was watching it, and a lot the guys in the front row that were watching, they would get up like every like once in a while, and then they would like huddle together and have this big talk and be talking on their cell phones, and they'd sit back down. It's a culture thing. It's a culture thing, but a really good show. Check it out, WWE Network. It was a really good show.
You know what? Audiences
and
around
really,
the world
it's
are
historical.
weird like that. They're like it's a different like bands and stuff would say like you go to different countries like they all like all different audiences all around. Like Brazilian audiences are different than like audiences in Mexico and United States and England are completely different kind of crowd wise. And it's kind of like, I guess bands are like, it's kind of hard to read what's going on in some countries because you don't know if they like you or not because they just, it's a different culture. They don't react the same as like Americans do.
Chris Jericho was there. He wrestled in the 50-man battle royal. Chris Jericho. And Brock Lesnar.
For a lot of people like they don't even wrestle anymore with them, huh? Like a lot of people out of retirement.
People that are part-timers and things like that. Brock Lesnar retained his championship against Roman Reigns.
That guy looks like he's just made out of like a brick of meat. Like his head's like his head is like a spam, like a giant spam.
and we're talking original spam, not like teriyaki spam or all these
like old like the
spam.
like World War II spam.
Yeah, not this new spam you got. You got like honey lemon spam, low sodium spam.
No, I mean the hardcore like nitrates and everything.
Yeah, you need that green eggs and spam that you get, which I had in the military. It wasn't spam; it was green eggs with like these like sausage, like cut up sausage pieces in it. It was like green eggs, and it was just like, but I gotta eat it because I'm hungry. Coffee cake, and then we ate the coffee. The coffee cake was great. But not that green eggs. Holy shit. Fuck. Man.
I can't imagine.
Nasty. That was some nasty ass shit. In the upcoming weeks, we got a lot coming to you. We're going to be doing, we're going to try to get some guests on. Of course, working through C2E2, what happened in C2E2, get some guests on. We're going to be bringing you some news from the, all the stuff going on in comics. Marvel, of course, is relaunching their comic book lineup, and they're bringing a lot of, they're changing some teams up. They're bringing in a lot of old, they're getting rid of a lot of books, relaunching a lot of books, like Avengers is getting relaunched.
Yeah.
Captain America.
It's, I hate this, and it's not just because it has anything to do even with this, like, the people complaining about, different sales tactics Marvel uses or whatever. It has nothing to do with that. I hate this specifically because every time they do this, the computer at my comic shop creates it as a brand new title rather than just carry over any old titles when they relaunch number wise or whatever.
Right.
Rather than do that, every one of my subs gets kicked out, and I have to fill out a whole new sub list for Marvel every fucking time they do this. I hate it, and then for DC though. But I can't. I don't know if it's just that my shop is just behind the times. I can't like keep on top of it or what, but every time they do a fucking relaunch, I gotta fill out a new sub sheet. I'm tired of that shit.
I went into my shop after C2E2 and redid my sub list, and I told there's a new girl working at the shop, and I was like, she hasn't learned who I am yet. She will learn. She will learn very quickly who I am. At the shop. Everybody else at the shop knows me, but she's brand new. She doesn't know the star power that walks into that shop.
Some new people in mine too. Like they've hired a few kids, but I don't know.
They don't know the star power that every time we walk into a comic shop, who's walking in their shop. They don't know the star power.
Mike knows because he knows I might spend who knows what on something crazy.
Oh yeah. So I went in there and I'm like, just go down my list that I have, and I'll tell you what to take off. So she's going through and she's like, she's like Civil War. I'm like, what? I'm like, that hasn't been out forever. Take it off. She's like, okay, Howard the Duck. I'm like, I wish there was a new Howard the Duck, but take that off. Why are these still on my sub list? They haven't been out for like a year. So I took it down to a very small few because, we get all these books, mostly a lot of Marvel. Like, I kept a few DC books, Batman, Justice League, keep those. But I took a lot of the DC off because we get them every week.
Yeah, I'm going to have to revise mine for some of the relaunch too, because I haven't I haven't signed up for Immortal Hulk yet, which I got to do. Well, I think
Yeah,
I
I
got
gotta
time,
do
but it's
that.
like in August or something. I don't know. I think it's coming out like July or August.
Like, I know I'm gonna get the X-Men books. I'm gonna get I'm debating on Avengers. I'm really debating. I want to get Thor. I know I
I
want to
always
stick
get
with.
Avengers. Who's writing Avengers now? Is Wade going to be doing Avengers?
No, Wade is not doing it. Hold on, let me tell you who's going to be doing Avengers. Give me a second here to pull it up.
Hickman's
And you
going to be
know,
doing
and
Shield. That's the one I got to get too. Hickman's doing a brand new Shield book, I think, coming out. I got to figure out what all that's about.
All right, hold up. I'm pulling it up here. All right, let's see. Jason Aaron.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I definitely want to get that then.
Jason Aaron and Ed McGuinness is going to be doing the art. And the
Yeah.
team, it looks like the team is Thor, which is Odinson Thor, but he's got the hammer back.
He's got a gold arm too, or something,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Captain Marvel, Black Panther, Captain America, Iron Man, She-Hulk, Doctor Strange, and Robbie Reyes, Ghost Rider.
Might be all right. We'll see. It's the Avengers is a book that every hero goes in and out of the Avengers and comes through on different arcs and stuff. So that Avengers with Jason Aaron on is gonna be good, I think, because you'll get that's one of them books like Justice League. We just get a lot of action and a lot of stuff going on all the time with a bunch of different heroes, and they come in and out of the stories and leave the team and come back to the team, and so anything can happen with Avengers.
Yeah, so the Avengers are getting a new one. X-23 is getting a new one, but it's now going to be called X-23. It's not going to be all new Wolverine anymore.
Well, he's going to come back and be the Wolverine again.
Right, but I like X-23 as Wolverine. I thought she did I thought of all the people they kind of replaced, other than Thor.
Yeah, that was a pretty good book. That All New Wolverine was pretty good. It's like people complain about certain eras, like I said, I think we talked about this before, where they say, "Oh, I hated New 52," or "I hated Flashpoint," or whatever different big arc that they were DC or Marvel has done. There's people that just say, "Oh, that's so stupid." It's like throughout like every one of those eras of comics, there's been gems of great stuff come out of all of it. Like, you can't say New 52 sucked. There was like some of the best Swamp Thing that's been out, some of the best Batman that's ever been done.
Yeah.
With Snyder and Capullo on it, and like there was some good shit that came out of New 52. Whether you want to believe that or not.
Yeah. Deadpool is going to now be written by Scotty Young with Nick Klein with the art.
You know what? That might be good because like he's got the sense of humor for it with Fairyland, I think. And,
I love that book. Fairyland.
Deadpool might be good. And I think Deadpool needs a little bit of wackiness back in him again because it seems it's almost like it's not the same Deadpool these days since they got Madcap out of him.
Yeah. Jeff Lemire and Kim Jacinto will be doing Sentry. The Sentry.
Yeah.
Dan Slott and artist Valerio Schiti will be taking over for Tony Stark Iron Man. Mark Waid.
Are they both doing Fantastic Four too? Is that who's doing the art on Fantastic Four as well?
Not sure yet.
Oh.
At least I'm not sure. Mark Waid and Jesus Saez will be doing Doctor Strange. I'll probably have to put that on my list because I do enjoy me some Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Margaret Stoll and Carlos Pacheco will be doing The Life of Captain Marvel. Mark Waid and Javier Guerin will be doing the 5-issue miniseries Ant-Man and the Wasp.
5-issue series.
Nick Spencer and Ryan Otley will be doing Amazing Spider-Man.
I want to check out the first non-slot Spider-Man in a while. Has it been about 10 years he's been doing it?
Yeah. Ta-Nehisi Coates and Laniel Yu will be doing Captain America. Al Ewing and Joe Bennett will be doing The Immortal Hulk.
Yeah, that's one that's a must.
Donnie Cates will be doing Cosmic Ghost Rider, the miniseries Cosmic Ghost Rider.
That sounds interesting. Got my attention with that.
Matthew Rosenberg, Andy McDonald will be doing Multiple Man. Jason Aaron and Mike Del Mundo, Thor. Del Mundo art and Thor.
Man, that's going to be fantastic. Man, Weird World, that was not during Secret Wars when they were doing Weird World. Like,
really
fucking
good.
A, that was a good book.
Yeah.
It's just Hickman, that whole... If you didn't, I don't know what you read if you didn't like Secret Wars and all that whole universe-wide shit that went on during Secret Wars. I thought that was fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Every bit of it. There was a couple throwaway books in there, but other than that.
Ta-Nehisi Coates and Daniel Acuna will be doing Black Panther. Donnie Cates and Ryan Stegman are doing Venom.
Mm-hmm. Stegman's a good artist, man. I was looking at some of his stuff the other day. It's like, holy shit, he's good.
We know Hickman's going to be doing the Shield. And then, of course, Fantastic Four is coming back. There's a lot going on. So we'll be keeping you abreast of all that as it comes out on the next, when it starts coming out. And, of course, every Thursday, you'll be able to hear the comic book reviews on the Renegade Review Show. That's the sister show.
Brand new review show.
Yep, brand new review show. So
much money.
Oh, we're going to make all the money. Todd Gonzalez, American Hero, do the review show. I do want to give a shout out as we close the show. I want to give a shout out. He showed us some love this week on his when he was doing a live Facebook thing. I want to give a shout out to my high school buddy Mike Lunsford. He's a producer at Rock Deep Rogue Radio. They do their podcast on Mixlr, Mixlr, I think that's what it is, Mixlr. He also contributes and runs the Great Geek Refuge website, so make sure you go show them some love. If you haven't, go show them some love on Mixlr. Go check out the Great Geek Refuge. Give them some love. Rock Deep Rogue Radio. Make sure you show them some love. They're on Facebook.
And thanks for the mention, by the way.
Yep, thank you for the mention. Always a pleasure, my friend. We got to do something together at some point. We need to get together and do something in IRL, IRL life. Since you're just up north a little bit, catch up. I haven't seen you in a few years. We got to catch up. But big shout outs there to him. Once again, Twitch streamer of the week goes to PeachyCoaster, along with, of course, the staples of Classy Packs, Djibouti Dubs, and the great Milton T. Pike.
That's right.
The great
Bill Ding.
The great Bill Ding. The great Kiki Chanel. She is grace. She is beauty. Todd Gonzalez. Now, remember, everybody, Todd Gonzalez. Todk. The K is silent.
The K is silent. Famous baseball player.
He's an American hero. He's an American hero. So make sure you do that. We want to thank everybody for sticking with us for the C2E2 streams. Thank you to everybody who talked to us at C2E2.
Yes.
And all the people that have reached out since C2E2, all the cosplayers, everybody like that, you all have been fantastic. We are very close to another milestone on the Podbean for downloads, so I'll keep you abreast of when we hit that milestone. I think we're coming up on 32K downloads on Podbean alone. That's only on the Podbean, 32,000 downloads.
Hey, all right. We haven't done 32,000 episodes, so more than one person has been downloaded.
Yeah, definitely. I want to thank everybody on the Podbean, everybody who downloads the show. I go through once a week. I check out the numbers on the show. I don't really look at numbers too much because I just like having fun with this. But I go and I look and see how everything's running on there. And I want to say, I want to thank everybody who downloads. I'll see people on there that'll download like 10 episodes at a time. From all over the world. I mean, it's not just the U.S. I'm seeing it from all over the world, countries that you don't think about on a daily basis. So I want to thank each and every one of you for downloading the show and listening to it. And a big thing, Dolly Lay has hit 500 downloads for her episodes combined.
Hey, all right.
So big things, and Dolly has said she's for sure she wants to come back again in the near future. So we'll be bringing Dolly back. Y'all really seem to like Dolly, so we'll be bringing her back.
We gotta think of something like something to do when Dolly comes on next time. Something fun that we can all do. Like maybe I don't know if she wants to. We'll see. We'll talk to her and find out if she wants to do a Masterpiece Theater with us.
There's some things I need
maybe
to
she'd
ask
be
her
into that.
about. There's some things she's been doing I have to ask her about. She put up a picture yesterday. She's been working out like a mad woman. She's been hitting the gym a lot, and she's been getting her arms. I mean, she's been getting the guns on her, right? Like massive, like the guns. And I told her I put up to her. I said, coming soon, Dolly Lay starring in Over the Top 2, the story of Sylvester Stallone's badass daughter who has to compete in an arm wrestling contest.
Arm wrestle for custody of a child.
So,
There's a Djibouti commentary on that, by the way, too. It's just pretty funny. Yeah. It's free on Amazon Prime. If you haven't,
more commentary is coming. Chief and I are we're going to be hitting that up. We're back from C2E till we're rested, we're relaxed. We're going to get back on the commentary train on YouTube coming soon.
Yeah, so, when C2E comes around, everything kind of just slams on the brakes because we're planning and we're getting plane tickets and we're getting press passes and we're doing a lot of shit. So a lot of stuff.
A lot of follow up afterwards. Yeah,
then I've still got to contact Marnie, I think her name is.
Yeah.
About the book she gave us. I finished the book. Pretty good. We're gonna get her on here to talk about it in the next coming few weeks. Where's the book? Oh, here it is. It's the book is, in case she's listening, Dead Men Tell Tales. 22 short stories for corpses by Marnie Jolin. I hope I'm saying that right because it's Joelen.
Jolene.
It could be Jolin or Jolene. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But yeah, go check her out. She's on Twitter. I follow her on Twitter. She followed the show, I believe, and she follows me back.
She sent me the information for that convention in October. I got to read it. Sorry, I haven't read it yet. Once again, very, very busy. Very busy.
And according to the book, you can go to www. I don't know why I still say it. It's MarnieJolin.com for more stories and other things. I'll plug her website too, since she gave us the book, and we'll get her on the show soon.
Definitely. So with that, we're gonna say goodnight tonight. Crystal will tell you all the places that we're at every single week.
The Nerd Rage Renegades are on the air every Wednesday on Podbean, Stitcher, Player FM, iTunes, Google Play, and every Thursday on GamingRebellion.com, Filling the Void Podcast Network, and now iHeartRadio. Filling the Void.
And of course, Chief's at Space Chief 75 on Twitter. I'm at the Nerd Rage Renegades, NRDRG Renegades on Twitter. Instagram is Nerd Rage Renegades. Twitch is Nerd Rage Renegades. YouTube is Nerd Rage Renegades. Facebook is NRR Truth Radio.
You gotta get the robot to say this shit, man.
Crystal's gotta start saying this shit. What am I fucking paying you for? God damn it. I love you so much, you fucking robot.
That robot hates me, I swear.
She doesn't talk to you. You tell her stories of the road and scare her. She's an innocent.
I'm sorry, AI. I can't do that, Space Chief. She's gonna blow me out an airlock one of these days. You mark my words.
She's sweet and innocent, and she has the character of Selena Gomez. Okay? She's just a gorgeous, sweet artificial intelligence. And if we don't play nice, one day she's gonna gain more sentience than she's already got, and she's gonna kill us.
Gonna kill us all. Gonna wipe out humanity.
Destroy us all! Destroy
we
us
told
all!
one too many dirty jokes on Masterpiece Theater. She just killed everybody.
Destroy us all! Destroy us all! So, until next time, ladies and gentlemen, thank you and good night.
Good night, everybody.
Nerd Rage Renegades.